It's a mess in this attic, lot going on, but there ain't no need to panic. Come on up and join, we getting wild, getting manic. Spitting truth for all you fanatics. Every week got something new to say. Ain't no filter, this shit coming straight from the brain. It's coming straight from the brain. Yeah, it's coming straight from the brain.
What's up, everybody? Today is Tuesday, November 9th, 2021. This is A Talk in the Attic, which of course means I'm your host, Kirk Ross. And if you can't already tell, I'm giddy with excitement right now. Today's installment, the 153rd episode to date, is perhaps the most special yet. As you likely noticed in the background already, today's episode will feature music by Marc Rebillet, a primary source of inspiration for me and for the show.
Yeah, baby, guess I'm gonna take a little bit of drink.
In fact, all the music you hear today is from Marc himself, aka the Loop Daddy, who was kind enough to give me permission to use his songs for this production. I'm beyond grateful for the courtesy he extended my way, so thank you, Marc, for everything, and thanks to your agent, Adam, for your help with this as well. So what is today's episode all about, and why was it so important for the sweet, soulful tunes of Loop Daddy to serve as the soundtrack? Well, let me take you back to early 2020 when COVID-19 dropped in and proclaimed,
"Yo, humans, I'm here and I'm about to fuck everything up."
First it shut everything down, then it tried to steal all of our toilet paper, and before long, with each passing day, it wore us all down a little bit more, stripped us down a little bit more, didn't it? And as we dealt with the most disruptive global event in recent history, the political landscape was making its final transition from pretty shitty into actual hellscape. We all found ourselves in an incessant cycle of toxicity and anger and disagreement and incivility. Economically, culturally, and psychologically, 2020 felt a lot like a war, right? It felt like a fucking war. And a key battlefield in this particular war? Facebook. Now, I won't rehash just how brutal a place Facebook had become. We've all heard about it and lived enough of it already. And to think that I had previously considered the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge the worst era in social media history. Boy, was I wrong. Long story short, 2020 presented some very unique and disturbing challenges, and Facebook was there to help accelerate our cultural disintegration, wasn't it? And if not for a couple shining beacons of hope and positivity, I'm certain that by now I'd have been off of Facebook or Meta or whatever the fuck it's called. Today's episode is about those shining beacons. First, Marc Rebillet. His reliable, positive, and hilarious Sunday streams became like church for us, and to a couple million other people as well. And through Marc's positive online following of inclusive and love-first fans, I then stumbled upon Marc Groft, a graphic designer who was regularly posting, and still is regularly posting, Loop Daddy memes and edits. And between these two Marcs, one with a C, the French way, baby, the other with a K, I was provided with such a jolt of creative inspiration that I became highly dedicated to learning both music and Photoshop. Look, we often emulate those who inspire us most, and I did exactly that. I bought an M-Audio MIDI controller just like Marc, and I got to work, practicing keys for at least a couple hours a day and obsessing about practicing keys when I wasn't doing it. I owe so much of how far I've come to Loop Daddy himself, and whenever I was feeling a little bit stuck musically, which happens, I would turn my creative energy over to photo editing and photoshopping, following in the footsteps of Marc Groft, aka Edit Poppy. And I wasn't alone. People all around the world were finding solace in Marc Rebillet, and a smaller but equally passionate crew was developing around Marc Groft. Suddenly, what had started as funny photo edits to Loop Daddy's fan pages became a bona fide following for Marc Groft. But this episode isn't exactly about Marc or Marc. What it's really about is all the love and beauty on display in the Facebook social media landscape of both of these Marcs. The toxicity and divisiveness, which had become hallmarks for my daily interactions, probably your daily interactions as well, were nowhere to be found in the private and well-moderated groups surrounding Marc and Marc. The themes were and continue to be inclusiveness, body positivity, lifting each other up, sharing love with each other, and finding a way to be positive in an otherwise negative arena. Groft posting, the official online community around Marc Groft, now 632 strong, I should mention, became such a safe haven for its members that they began to coordinate meetups all over the country. And a few weeks ago, in October of 2021, the largest Groff fam meetup occurred, this time in Assville, North Carolina, intentionally timed such that they could all go to see Marc Rebillet live and in person with one another. Thanks to some serious planning by Hazel Madison, 25, count them, 25 members of Groff posting, relative strangers outside of their Facebook interactions, came together for a long weekend of friendship and debauchery in a huge rental house on the outskirts of Assville. You heard that right. 25 people who had never met in person rented a house and lived together for a few days. The trip, as you might expect, was given the name Assville. Of course it was. Now, on face value, there were but a couple options that might have happened with this arrangement. Either A, a mass murder, or B, a mass orgy. To my knowledge, neither such thing occurred. Look, I know that nobody killed anybody, and probably some people fucked, but I don't know. That would be purely speculation on my part. But what I do know that happened on this trip is friendship and love, family dinners, some drinks, some dabs, some ass shaking at the Loop Daddy concert, and of course, lots of memories. But beyond all that, this group of 25, brought together first by Marc Rebillet and then by Marc Groff, provided a glimpse of what can happen when we all lead with love, when we lead with positivity. Assville taught us a lesson that we probably all already knew, but that we sometimes need a little reminding about. If you don't like the environment that you're in, then change your environment. If you're feeling like you're drowning in toxicity, then surround yourselves with the opposite. And if you're sick of being or seeing other people bullied, then create a space for yourself where no such behavior is tolerated. And perhaps more than anything, be yourself and have fun. Put on some goddamn Marc Rebillet, shake your ass, and keep pooping on it, people. And now, without further ado, I present to you Greetings from Assville, a real-world-esque documentary about the largest Groff fam meetup to date. Thank you all so much for checking out this little one-man show. I'm beyond grateful that you're doing it. Thank you, Loop fam. Thank you, Groff fam. Thank you to the Marks. Much love, y'all. Let's start the show.
When you're on the internet, you can be whatever you want. When you're on the internet, you can be whatever you want. When you're on the internet, you can be whatever you want. Hey, 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 baby, how? Be whatever you want. Oh, on the internet, on the internet, on the internet, on the internet.
Hi, I'm Ruben G.
I'm Hannah, aka Hazel.
I'm Luciana.
Sunny.
Katie Espana. My name is Katie Espana, yeah.
Girl, my name is Mark Mills. I'm from the South, where we do things a little different down here, but we got a lot of love for everybody from everywhere. Mwah! I'm just kidding. My name is Mark Mills from Savannah, Georgia. I'm Hannah.
Hey, Hannah.
I'm Abby.
Clint.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Katie, but I'm mostly known as Biscuits these days. Biscuit. Yeah.
Hey, Biscuit.
Hi.
My name is Amber Nelson.
My name is Danica Chabola.
Check that butthole out. Check that sweet little butthole, girl. Damn, I like that whole.
The reason why I love Loop Daddy is the man that he is, the message that he sends at the end of every show, at a lot of the ends of the live streams. It's be good to each other, take care of each other, and if you make a big enough wave, it comes back to greet you, and I'm about that.
He's got this disarming silliness, and the beat is always so hot, so much fun.
His energy and message is all about love and kindness and just treating people with respect and spreading that joy and love and respect all around.
He's super talented, but also just really real at the same time, and perfectly captures just like love, like everything, like that's what it's about, and anything else on top of that is a bonus.
When I first saw Loop Daddy, and on the internet, of course, his energy is what attracted me, but what kept me there was that he didn't care what anybody thought of him. He just be yourself and love who you are and love everyone around you, and that's like, who I am. And I found all those people following him too.
This is probably for everybody, but Mark came to us in a time where people had doubts and worries about life around them, and they got stuck in a microcosm, in a bubble, and we all got bubbled into our homes. And Mark was a very shining light for that. I had an accident a very long time ago that cut through my arm. Because of it, my tendons are tied together. And like for me to play music, it only lasts so long. And then my arm will just do the claw. He inspired me to like pick all my instruments back up, you know what I mean? Like try looping things, just getting out of my comfort zone and showing like the love that he exudes comes out of him through people that are affected by him.
He is responsible for saving my 2020 from being a complete shit show.
Well, I found Mark when I was kind of in a down place, and his music definitely helped to get me out of dark times. And for that, I'll always be grateful. It just takes a microphone and good vibes, and you could just, and Mark shows that all the time, that you could create positivity out of thin air, and I absolutely love that.
Mark, you're a talented, beautiful individual.
Yeah.
And you brought all 25 of us together and brought us up.
I love the way that he unifies people, and I love the way that he is genuine and from the heart, and goofy as all hell. He's totally himself, and I think that's what he encourages us to do, but leading with kindness. And that's a really freaking cool message. I love that.
The fucking humor. The humor. Laughter is medicine, and it's just, yeah. So the humor is a big draw, but then also the emotional side of things. Return of the Stream was my first stream to catch live, and that one it couldn't have come at a more intense time in my life to when I needed it the most, and just feeling that connection means the world to me.
I was just introduced to him last year to begin with, and immediately fell in love with his heart and his soul and his humor, and then his music. Yeah, he's just really brought out the best in me and attracted me to a great group of friends.
My French professor had posted a clip of Girls Club.
Let me in, I'm trying to fuck.
Let me in, I'm trying to fuck. Let me in, I'm trying to fuck now. I said, let me in.
I listened to it, I snickered and giggled because I'm like, what is this cutie patootie saying and what? And honestly thought it was just a hoax, a joke, until another friend said, hey, no, that's a real guy, that's his music, that's what he does, it's improvised music. And I was like, that shit's hilarious, I loved it. I was noticing I was falling in love with him. Man crush of the year 2020 and forevermore. Some musicians you kind of I don't know, they're doing their thing, but it seems like he would be a little bit more personable. And what showed me that in him was the video he posted when his father had passed, and being that I lost my grandmother, I connected with that song. And it was just I felt the pain, but then I felt a shared unison with that, and it was loving.
I love you.
I love Mark Roft because he's created this really great space of fun and interesting, weird people who all love Loop Daddy for the same reason, because of that same
beautiful message of love and kindness. And we get to just kind of laugh over the silliest of things and have this great space where we can be ourselves. And I'm really grateful to Marc for allowing us that opportunity to get weird on the internet.
Oh gosh, he cracks me up. His art, his edits are just amazing.
And it turns out Marc Groft is quite a bit similar. Disarming silliness, creativity, inspirational, and Groft Posting is just a pretty killer place. And I feel like all the vibes that those two guys created are like manifested in the people. It doesn't seem real at times. It's a magical experience.
Marc Groft is a fucking amazing human, hilarious, and I think it takes a special kind of person to have a group that just kind of happens and works.
My favorite thing about Groft was that he always interacted with everybody. Whenever he would say something, he would always make sure that everybody felt included. But yeah, that was the biggest thing. He always took the time to check in on me. Still does.
Besides the fact that he is an awesome person, as a fellow artist, I also appreciate his work.
Well, we have to, if you're going to talk about Groft Posting, you have to talk about Marc Groft, who has just had the biggest heart, and he'll literally like exude positivity to anyone's post, to anything, every comment. It's always in a positive, beautiful vibe, and I think it corralled a lot of amazing human beings, and his positivity and Marc's positivity just created this beautiful community that we have. And it's, I wouldn't even call it a community now, because this is family now. We are absolutely a family.
Again, the positivity, the vibes that brought me into the Groft Posting universe is definitely something that's very rare. You get these kind of people together that all have the same outlook and the same positive, views, and it's just hard to beat that.
Mostly is pee-pee.
Mostly.
Oh my gosh.
No, Groft Posting is a whole thing. It's it's us, and a lot of his dick.
I love that we like viciously love each other. Like viciously love each other. Like watch out.
One of my favorite things about Groft in general is his encouragement of all of our creativity to constantly be producing something for ourselves, but not producing in the way that's expected of us. And if it makes us laugh and it tickles our funny bone, then that's all that it needs to be. It doesn't need to be consumable by all. And I think we all kind of jumped on that as well. And it's really enjoyable, supportive.
So I was invited into Groft Posting from somebody else from another Rebillet group. And I was just kind of brought there because she invited me there because she's like, I think you fit this vibe. And that vibe is just the wackiest, zaniest, like most loving and accepting. Perverted fuckers. Yeah, they're might be some of the best friends that I've like. It's just instant friends. It's unreal. It's just hilarious banter that, yeah, is amazing.
Oh man, that's my home and my homie. Marc, you're great. You're fucking awesome, and I'm so glad that you had your little edit side thing that was able to bring us all together. My new family, my chosen family.
Yo, I'm hopping all around, I'm a pink bird. I'm walking all around, better drink some Wawa.
This weekend has been pretty awesome. I almost didn't want to believe this was going to happen. It felt like getting too excited about it would be a letdown if something didn't happen with it, right? And as it got closer, when I felt myself like begin to believe, shit, this is going down, right? I was so excited. And it's been even better than I could have expected. And I love these people. I feel so fortunate for whatever randomness in life led me here.
This weekend really does represent a culmination of a year's worth of bonding, friendship, and, you know, weekly video calls and just life, experiencing each other's life and showing up for each other. And we are really one big family.
Like, there's only before this weekend in my life, and then there's after. Any sort of expectations that I had were completely blown out of the water with how just amazing, supportive, creating real connections with people, having us all together and laughing my ass off, doing however I'm thinking or feeling. I can just say what's on my mind and have people who get it and just love. Like, it's unreal how much love there is in this little 14 acres.
Love. And I have never felt so loved in my life until like this weekend. Like, I've never felt this kind of love before, and it's amazing. It's just like it's just like no judgment, no nothing. We can just have so much fun.
It's beautiful when people that are like-minded, that have love, genuine love for the music, for each other, and you put them all together in this microcosm of humanity. It felt like the real world, but we are so much more when we leave here than we were before we got here. And there's nothing but love amongst every person here. And I felt nothing but love.
It's a fantastic experience, and I couldn't trade it for anything else. I mean, this is definitely something that I'll always cherish.
Connection, creation, freedom, reconciliation. I feel like it's a manifestation of this celebration that we've been sharing through these COVID times and recognizing ourselves and each other and coming together, and it just feels so natural, and we've known each other our whole lives.
This has been beyond my wildest imagination, being with you guys. Yeah, I knew it would be great, but I didn't know. Like, the energy, the comfortable level, like, we're just, I'm in love. I'm in love with all you guys.
Cracking the voice. Gosh. Family. I found my tribe. My grandmother, when I had to explain what the internet was to her, I said, it's just this information out there. It exists, and somehow we can gather it. So it hit me. I'm like, wow, she would probably be like, you're going to go meet your internet friends? Are you, but I think she would understand it by now that after what we came through with quarantine and being with each other through it, even so far away, this was finally the package that's like, yes, I could see you, I could touch you, I could smell you, and all that good stuff. And we get to just laugh and have a good time. And like I said, unity in the community.
It was an amazing experience that changed my life forever, for the best. Knowing that you have friends who will never judge you for anything is freaking fantastic. And I love these people. They're my family now.
I have never, this is the most important thing I have done for myself in my entire life.
Oh, this week has been everything. That's my answer. This whole week has been everything.
Exercise your mind. Exercise your mind. Exercise your mind. Exercise your mind. Gotta go ahead. Exercise your mind. If you cannot get it out, exercise your mind. Exercise your mind. What a Groft, little Groft thing. Perhaps the deepest, most intense child of a fan group on the internet. Exercise your mind. Exercise your mind.
And if there's no one around,
Exercise your mind.
if there's no one to talk to,
Exercise your mind.
if you're all alone,
Exercise your mind.
if you need a little help,
Exercise your mind.
so shut up.